Welcome bitches, one and all, to my Action 2, Season 2, Episode 19 of the Vampire Diaries, Klaus. Now, last time, we had Klaus finally reveal himself to the group, however, it was in the form of Alaric. Now, this then led to the death of Bonnie, which means that she is once again a secret weapon in the fight to save Elena, so that is going to come very handy in the future. Now, we ended last episode with Elena going and waking up Elijah, which I don't fully understand, but we shall see where this goes. Now, with the episode named Klaus, I'm hoping we're going to get a lot more backstory on the two, and hopefully more lore on the originals, because that is something I've been very interested in. But yes, with that said, I'm very excited to jump back into it, so without further ado, let go! What is your goal here, Elena? It must simply be to try and make a plan with Elijah, like the original plan was. Oh my god, that made me so uncomfy. Oh, that's awful. That's fucking awful.
Excuse me.
No. No. Does that mean he has some memory problems because he's been dead?
Ah, good evening, Trevor.
Oh, Trevor.
Where is this mystery girl of which you speak?
Right this way.
Wait, are we going to get some backstory on the original Katarina?
Forgive me, you remind me of someone.
Yes, he does know the original.
May I introduce the Lord Elijah?
Pleasure, my lord.
Pleasure's mine. Katarina.
Because I suppose if they're the originals, they were around when the curse was originally made, which would mean that they would know the original doppelganger, like the original person. Ooh, this is not nice to watch.
I can't breathe. What's happening to me?
Oh, wait, he's not allowed in the house.
I can't be in this house.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Yeah. Forget about that part. I was wondering this last episode, what happens when a vampire's already in it?
What happens?
I'll tell you. Not you.
I love that we got Elijah back. I loved him.
I trust you.
Yeah. That's a fair question. That is one way to show your trust. Give him the one way you can kill him.
Good morning. Hey, where's Elena?
I don't know, Stefan. She's your girlfriend. Mine's right here.
Oh, hey, how's the shoulder? Do I have time for a bite? I'm so hungry.
Oh, that makes me so uncomfortable.
What are you doing? It's not a wind-up toy.
It's really none of your business, is it, Stefan?
It's weird. I find their relationship really interesting because the problem with compelling is it takes away free will. However, if you simply compel someone to not be scared of you, are you taking away their free will? I would argue yes, because fear is like one of the base parts of being human, is one of the base emotions. And if you take away someone's fear, you essentially take away their defenses, because fear is your first defense. However, if you think of it logically, if you've just taken away someone's fear, they're still able to make all of their decisions. They're just void of fear. I don't know. It's an interesting debate, but obviously if you're compelling someone in any way, you've altered their perception of things, which means that their free will isn't really free. But I don't know. It's just interesting to think about.
No, she didn't.
She did. And are we surprised?
I am ready to break this curse.
And why would you do that here?
Because I have to. It's the birthplace of the doppelganger.
Didn't realize that was a requirement.
Oh, how could you? You betrayed me and fled England before I could give you the details, Katharina.
Ooh.
I did find your birthplace. And I slaughtered your family.
Yeah.
So I guess we're cool.
I don't know if that's the same thing, Klaus.
You can't leave until I tell you to.
I find it so interesting that he's able to compel while not even in his own body. I suppose it's more so that his spirit is the one compelling.
I'm offering you my help, and in return, I want yours.
Elena, she's so brave doing this.
You need my help to kill Klaus, and I need you.
Also, can I just say, I have not realized until now how attractive Elijah is. I don't know why before I didn't see it, but oof.
Elijah is a noble man, Stefan. He lives by a code of honor. I can trust him. By removing the dagger, I have proven myself.
You can't do this alone.
It's my decision, Stefan. Please respect it.
Ooh, go off, Elena.
She just hang up on you?
She did.
She's lost it.
If anyone can get him to help us kill Klaus, it's her. Look, I don't like this any more than you do, but we need to trust her. We gotta just let her do her thing.
Wow, Stefan. Show me his face. I want to see the original Klaus. Ah. Ooh. We finally met him.
Klaus is the name my father gave me. Please. Call me Klaus.
Ooh, hello, Klaus. Nice to meet you.
Hello?
Hey, Stefan, it's Jenna.
Jenna!
Where's Elena and Jeremy? No one's answering their phones.
Oh shit, yeah. Jeremy's locked away with Bonnie, isn't he?
What's going on?
It's really hard to explain over the phone, but she was hoping that you could stay on campus for a little while longer.
Oh, that's kind of hard to do from my kitchen.
Ah, shit.
What's going on? Where's Elena? I'm supposed to meet Rick at the grill for lunch to talk.
No. Don't you dare.
Well, I'd love to lend you a hand, but you wouldn't want me to do anything stupid.
Damon. I assume he's doing this so that he can come up with his own plan.
Splitting from the team.
Yep. For fuck's sake, Damon!
I don't understand. You say that you want Klaus dead, but you still made Catherine pay for betraying him.
Yeah.
I have my own reasons for wanting Katerina to pay.
Oh, okay. So it's betrayal of him.
Do you mind, brother? I would like to have a moment alone with her.
No. Happy birthday, brother.
So it was his birthday party. Interesting.
Klaus is my brother.
I heard that. I'm still processing.
All of the originals are related, aren't they?
Hi, Laura. You home?
Oh, she can't even open the door.
Star?
Oh, that's so annoying. Could she talk? Hell yeah. There we go.
God. Wow.
You've never been let in?
Hey, Jenna, thank you so much for not going to the grill.
Stefan.
No, listen,
Is he here? I think he's here. Oh no.
How's it going?
Fuck's sake. Jenna! You can't blame Jenna. It's just annoying that they haven't told her the truth yet.
Our origin as vampires is a very long story, Elena. Just know, we're the oldest vampires in the world.
But how? How did it begin?
You double-crossed us with Isabel. Why?
I didn't think you could stand a chance against Klaus. I was looking out for myself.
And where'd that get you?
In the shit. Ugh.
You owe me.
Gosh, like just imagine drinking acid.
I'm still waiting for someone to tell me what the hell's going on.
Well, Alaric's been possessed by the
Would you like
oldest
to tell us,
vampire
Stefan?
in the world.
Should I?
Tell me what?
Do you believe in vampires, Jenna?
Oh my god, he's actually going to tell her.
Well, who does, right? But believe it or not, they do have a place in our history.
Is he actually going to tell her the whole truth, though?
So if the sun can't kill an original, why is Klaus so obsessed with breaking the sun and moon curse?
Right.
Yeah.
It's also biblical sounding, don't you think?
Is there more to the curse?
I remember etching this scroll.
Klaus drew the Aztec sketches about the curse, but why?
Easiest way to discover the existence of a doppelganger or to get your hands on some long-lost moonstone is to have every single member of two warring species on the lookout.
That is so fucking smart. Wow.
The curse of the sun and the moon is fake.
What? What? I'm sorry, what? Wait a fucking minute. What the fuck are you talking about? So why do they want the doppelganger? What curse are they trying to break? Are they trying to break the curse of the doppelganger? But is that even a curse? Why would they care about? I'm so confused. Why does Klaus want Elena then? What is this whole doppelganger thing about if the curse doesn't exist?
Fine, I'll go.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh no.
Stefan.
Jenna, get out of
Jenna.
Oh my god. Watch me.
Oh my god, Jenna's gonna be so fucking confused right now. Oh, Jenna's finding it out. I know this is a tense scene, but I'm just so excited that Jenna's finally getting the truth on everything. Damn. So what is the curse then? Because they're still talking about the curse. Is it a curse of the originals?
But if there's no curse?
There's a curse.
Yeah, what is it?
It's not that one. The real one's much worse. It's a curse placed on Klaus.
Okay, so it's on him alone.
Stefan, what's wrong?
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll be right there.
Get Jenna into the Salvatore house now.
Thank you for entertaining me.
Oh, you look lonely inside, so I took pity on you.
Fucking hell.
If we cease to believe in love, why would we want to live?
True dat, girl. But it's so
What, do I
interesting
interrupt? He's
seeing
returned.
Oh, he's got blood all over him.
The wrong villager picked a fight at the tavern.
Lovely. But yeah, as I was saying, it's so interesting to see a human Catherine before all the shit hit the fan. She seemed genuinely happy, which we have not seen from her.
I'm so sorry. I never thought that what she said could be true.
Yeah.
It is true, Jenna. I should have told you.
How do you explain this to someone?
I am the one who's supposed to be protecting you and Jeremy.
I know, but there's
Yeah.
nothing that you could have done.
Why didn't you tell me?
She was trying to protect you. We knew this would be the outcome. Lying to someone for this long about something that's affecting every single person in their life is never going to go down well. Jenna was never going to be happy with this. And I honestly have been under the opinion that she should have always known. You can protect someone a lot easier when they know what they're dealing with. If you are keeping someone in the dark and essentially blinding them, you're not really protecting them, because one day you may not be there and they will need to protect themselves. And unfortunately, with Jenna having no knowledge, there are many times where she's been in danger, including earlier. It's just really sad. My love for Jenna is so unexpected. Like, she has not had a huge amount of screen time, but I genuinely do care for her.
I hate this.
It's not your fault, Stefan. It's mine.
Can't take blame for it, Stefan. Like, Elena made the decision long ago to not tell Jenna anything.
You so much as try and take a step out of this house.
Damon, no.
Stay out of this, Andy. Let her go. You heard me.
Let her go.
It's twice today you stood in my way. I wouldn't try a third.
Don't start, for fuck's sake, Damon. Should let Elena do what she needs to do.
Greta, finally.
Hello, love.
Oh.
Nice body. You ready to get out of it?
Here he is. But interesting, so he's fully moving into Alaric's apartment. Is he gonna let Alaric go? That's my question.
Klaus and my father did not get on too well. When we became vampires, we discovered the truth. Klaus was not my father's son.
Oh, half brothers then.
When my father discovered this,
He hunted down and he killed my mother's lover and his entire family.
Well, damn.
Not realizing, of course, that he was igniting a war between species that rages until this day.
Is Klaus half werewolf?
So Klaus's real father was from a werewolf bloodline?
Is Klaus half werewolf, half vampire?
A werewolf? Or a vampire?
Both. Is it both? Please tell me it's both.
he's both.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Nature would not stand for such an imbalance of power. Therefore, the witches, the servants of nature, saw to it that my brother's werewolf side would become dormant.
That's the curse that Klaus wants to break.
He wants to trigger that part of him that's a werewolf. If allowed, Klaus would sire his own bloodline. He'd build his own race.
True. Because if he ignites the werewolf side of him, would that mean that he's able to reproduce? Because he wouldn't just be a sole vampire. Because vampires can't reproduce, but werewolves can. So does that work? But then vampires are essentially dead. So would that even work still? That's complicated.
We have the dagger now. We can stop him.
When a werewolf is wounded by silver, it heals. An original can't be killed by anything but white oak ash on a silver dagger. So you see the conundrum, the dagger does not work.
Ah.
There's one way to kill any supernatural species, at the hands of the servants of nature themselves.
Witches.
A witch. If they can channel that much power, then I would kill them.
So once again, Bonnie is the only way.
What if I told you that I knew a witch who could channel that much power?
Then I would tell you there's one more thing that you should know.
Does Elena still have to die?
They believe they may have found a way to spare the doppelganger.
What does it matter if she lives or not?
Well, damn.
Tell the witches not to bother. The sacrifice will happen as planned.
And that was Klaus's biggest mistake.
Unfortunately, Katerina took matters into her own hands first.
You cared about her, didn't you?
It's a common mistake, I'm told.
Oh.
Just go, please.
I know you're worried about her too.
Andy, go.
Tired of your little plaything already?
Don't start with me, Stefan.
You should be thankful
she's here. Keeps me from going for what I really want.
Don't talk about Elena as if she's something you can have.
Thank you for being in love with my girlfriend.
And there it is.
You know, you can be in love with Elena all you want,
Oh, what is this voice?
but I have the one thing that you never will.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Her respect.
Ooh, Stefan. Shit.
Katerina is gone. She has fled.
No.
What did you tell her?
I told her nothing.
Do not lie to me!
Shit. Well, damn, is that what drove them apart then?
You invited him in?
Elijah and I.
Story of two brothers once again.
The two of you will come to no harm at my hands. I only ask for one thing in return.
What?
An apology.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry for the part that I played in your death. I was protecting Elena.
I understand.
Damon.
And you're trusting him?
I am.
You have to trust someone,
We can all
Damon.
go to hell.
Don't kill her out of anger. Please don't kill her out of anger.
I'm upset. You know what happens when I'm upset.
Don't do it.
You need to know that somebody cares about you. I care about you, Damon.
Don't kill her.
Get out of here before I kill you.
That really does show his lack of self-control. Ah, two witches working together. Hell yeah.
Elena.
No. He isn't dead, is he? Don't tell me he's dead. Boom.
Now that's more like it.
Boom. We have got Klaus. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. But fucking hell. There is a lot to cover with that one. Jesus. So let's start with Elijah. I loved him this episode. Like the Elijah that we had come to know before, I think because we started on a very sour note and we started on a very bad note that I wasn't really warming up to him as much as I would have hoped. However, given this time away from him to then come back to his character, I'm really loving him. I love his whole vibe and I love how noble he comes across, because when you see a person of power, like this is one of the biggest, baddest vampires in the world, the fact that he still sticks to his word and has these values shows a lot about his character, because most people with that amount of power just turn into absolute assholes. And then flashbacks to the past, it was so interesting to see Catherine as a human, because we'd seen glimpses here and there, but to actually see her happy, because we haven't really seen Catherine happy. We've seen her moments of joy, but they've been fleeting and they've been based on manipulation, whereas this was a true Catherine just living her life. And it, I don't know, gave me Elena vibes, but then deep down, she was still a very manipulative person because she made all of these decisions to save her life before she was even a vampire. And then obviously they were heightened to the point where we now have this person who literally only looks out for themselves and no one else. But yes, speaking of the past, let's talk about Klaus, because what a character. So he is a vampire with werewolf genes, and if he manages to break this curse, he'll be able to activate that side of him and bring forth his werewolf half, which is so fucking interesting. Like, imagine having a guy who not only has the powers of a vampire, but a werewolf as well. But my question is, would he be stuck with the werewolf curse as well? Would he be stuck with the idea that he has to turn on a full moon? Or because he's an original, because he's such a powerful vampire, would he be able to overcome that and turn at will? I don't know, but that is such an interesting outlook to have. But yeah, so we have a half werewolf, half vampire. It would make sense that witches would not allow that to happen, being the servants of nature. And I love that they're referencing witches as servants of nature, because it truly does feel that way. It feels like witches are drawing power from nature, and so they have a kind of respect for it, and they are like nature's hands. They are the ones who are actually acting on nature's behalf. And I don't know, that whole concept just, I love it. It adds a lot more to their lore. Now, in terms of the curse itself, Elena did mention at the end that Elijah has a way to break the curse without risking Elena or Bonnie's life, which confuses me because I thought that Bonnie's life is still in danger. I didn't think that we had a way to save Bonnie. I know that Elijah was talking about having a way to save Elena, but not Bonnie. Now, the way that I've thought that you could save Bonnie is having more than one witch. Like, if they get the 2 witches that are with Klaus right now to help Bonnie take down Klaus, then that would be 3 people harnessing the power of, say, 33 witches rather than 100. And that might be enough to not kill them. But I don't know of any other witches. We do have Bonnie's cousin, who showed up a few episodes ago. Or was that all the way in season 1? God, I can't even remember now. But we did have Bonnie's cousin, and maybe she knows other witches as well. Maybe they could help out rather than Klaus's 2. Because Klaus's 2, they don't seem compelled. Because I don't think you can compel a witch. They seem to genuinely adore this man, which I find very interesting as well. Now, speaking of Elena, her bravery this episode was amazing to see. Like, to have so much self-confidence and to know that this is what you have to do and to have the power within yourself to do it, I was just blown away by how brave she was, genuinely. And then I was also blown away by Stefan's maturity and allowing Elena to do this, because Damon, he's very protective of Elena, but it's more so like a father is protective of their daughter, like it's this helpless being who you have to protect, rather than having the respect for someone to know that this is what they want to do. Like, he should respect Elena enough to know that Elena wants to do this and to allow her to do it, even if, God forbid, it ends up in her death. It's what she needed to do in the moment. And I don't think Damon understands that, and it's very frustrating to see. So I'm very proud of Stefan for allowing Elena to do that this episode. Now, let's talk about Jenna, because bloody hell do I feel bad for her. Jenna really got the rough end of the stick in this episode. She finally found out about everything, but probably in the worst way possible. Like, her current boyfriend turned murderous, and her practically daughter's boyfriend had to attack him and hold him down while Jenna ran away. Like, that's so traumatic. And then Jenna hasn't even got the full truth. Like Elena said, she only skimmed the surface on everything. So I'm feeling like next episode we're going to be dealing with Jenna being told a lot of truths, because there are a lot of things in the past that are going to be sort of flipped on its head for Jenna, because she won't have understood any of the moments. Like, there are so many scenes that Jenna was a part of where Jenna didn't know what was going on, but everyone else did. And not only is that going to really fuck with you in terms of your relationships with people, because you're going to struggle trusting people, but it's also going to really fuck with your perception of reality, because Jenna's just been kept in the dark for so long that she's going to be questioning everything. Now, right at the end, we had this scene between Andy and Damon where Andy had not been compelled to leave, and yet she wanted to be there. And it's like I was talking about earlier, where it's really hard to say that she's being held against her free will, because what Damon has really done is taken away her fear of him. And if you take away someone's fear, you're essentially taking away their first line of defense. However, fear, while a very powerful and very helpful emotion, because it does get you out of a lot of shitty situations, it also holds you back on a lot of things. So you could argue that she has more free will than anyone else now that she is free of her fear. But then you could also argue that fear itself is a core part of who you are. And if you take that away, are you actually acting on your own free will? I don't know. It's a very interesting debate, but I think I'm still under the opinion that if you do anything to alter someone, if you do anything to compel someone to think in a way that they usually wouldn't think, you are not allowing them to have their own free will. But back to the scene, the way that Damon sort of understood that he could not control himself was sad to see, because you could see someone who is struggling so much with their emotions, and you can't get annoyed at Damon for struggling with his emotions because he doesn't really know how to deal with them. But the way that he lashes out is just not acceptable. It really isn't. And he needs to take some time to himself to understand that and to get past that, because he's not helping anyone, even himself, by being this way. Like, he almost killed Andy, and he had the self-awareness to tell her to leave, but he didn't have the self-awareness to try and get past these feelings that he's having and to try and understand them. So hopefully in the future he can grow to come to terms with that and to be a better person for it, because at the moment it's just holding him back in so many ways. But yes, I believe that covers everything that I wanted to talk about, so on to Patreon questions. Right, first up, we have a bit of a complicated question. I'll start with the main basis and then I'll move on to the various examples. So the main basis is it natural / acceptable to have different moral standards for supernatural versus human characters? Now, when you're talking about morality, I was thinking about this the other day. It's hard to watch The Vampire Diaries if you come into it with the same moral standards as you would in real life. And if you're applying your moral standards of a normal human being to, say, Damon or Stefan or Caroline, it doesn't work, and you're not going to like any of the characters because they're murderers. That is inherently what they are. So I think you just have to come in and understand that and just move past it and treat them with a different moral standard than usual, because you can't enjoy the show if you don't. You're just gonna be dealing with loads of people that you don't like. That's how I've always viewed it. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the very specific things. So first up, how can some of us still love / root for / constantly forgive Damon so much despite his abusive and controlling behaviors, and yet have no room for Tyler's character to grow / evolve past his behaviors towards Vicky? I think the difference between Tyler and Damon is that Damon is very interesting because Damon deals with a lot of moral issues, whereas Tyler deals with a lot of human issues. And I think if you're looking at it from a viewer, the reason that people forgive and understand Damon a lot more is because it's more interesting. He has a lot more of an interesting outlook on life. And when you're seeing someone struggle with basic moral values, it's a lot more interesting for your brain to look at because you're like, wow, I've never really thought about it this way. Whereas Tyler, a lot of his issues come across as a locker room jock who is just abusive for no reason. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like with Damon, a lot of people can brush past it because he does have these genuine natural responses to things, being that he is a vampire. Whereas Tyler, it's a lot less understandable because he's human. And then, yes, we find out about his werewolf side, but we find out about his werewolf side after we've seen his abusive behaviors. And I think that's the key difference, because we've gone into this knowing what Damon is. Whereas we've gone into this seeing an abusive jock who is just rude to everyone and is angry all the time. So finding out he's werewolf later, yes, it makes up for a lot of things. However, it doesn't alleviate the issues that we've already had with him. And I think that's the difference. And Tyler just comes across as this very annoying young man who struggles with his masculine energy, whereas that's not it at all. It's just the anger and the aggression issues that come with being a werewolf give that vibe that it's hard for us to disassociate that in our brains. And I think that is the difference as to why people are a lot more forgiving of Damon than Tyler. Myself, I've forgiven Tyler for a lot of things. I think that Tyler grew into a very good character. The issue I had with Tyler was right at the end, when I was so happy with his development and happy with his growth and excited to see him, he then got in the car with Jules and drove away. And that pissed me off because Jules has come across as this deplorable person who doesn't really have respect for life. It's the same way that you see a lot of vampires not have respect for human life. That's the respect that she had. And then the way that she killed Rose, it left a very bad taste in my mouth for Jules herself. So watching Tyler drive away with her, it really muddied his character again, because if you really genuinely are going to drive away with someone like that, then what does that say about yourself? That was my last issue that I had with Tyler, but he himself, I don't know. I was enjoying where his character was going, and I wouldn't be mad if he gets back. Right, next up, do you trust Elijah more or less now that we know he is Klaus's brother? I don't think it's really changed my opinion, to be honest, because the way that we've come to know Elijah is that he is a trustworthy person, and I do genuinely believe that. Like we saw earlier on, that Rose made a deal with him, and he said that he would protect you to Rose, not Trevor, and that's why Trevor died. So he's a man of his word. You just have to be very careful with what that word is. You need to really read into it and understand what he is saying, because if he is saying that I will protect you, he may not be protecting the person right next to you. Do you understand what I mean? And so that's why you got to be very careful with his word. But I do think he's a man of his word, and I do trust him. But Elena just needs to be very careful with him, because even though she may trust him in this scenario, who's to say that after everything's over, Elijah won't just kill everyone? You know what I mean? She's got to be very careful with people like that. And then finally, do you have any predictions on how this season is going to end? Honestly, I don't know. Like, the base storyline that we've been given is that they are going to try and break this curse, and Elena is going to be saved, Bonnie is going to be saved, and Klaus will end up dead. Do I think this will happen? No, I don't think any of that's going to happen. Maybe they will break the curse and we'll be left with a very interesting character in Klaus, because imagine having a half werewolf, half vampire. Like, what will that mean? But then also, they wouldn't just give us the storyline 2 episodes before and that's exactly how it's going to go. So I'm not sure. I feel like someone might die. I feel like something's going to happen on that front. Maybe Elijah will die, because I don't see Klaus dying, because they've spent all this time introducing this really interesting character that to just cut him off now, I don't think they would do it. But in terms of how it will go, I genuinely don't know. I do think that they are going to get to the point where the curse will be about to be broken and something may happen. I think they're definitely going to get advancement on that storyline. I just don't know how it's going to end. Like, what's John's role going to be? What's Catherine's role going to be? What's Caroline's role going to be? There's just so many people involved in the story that something must happen out of the blue. That's the way I'm going to see it. But yes, anyway, with all of that said, that was another fantastic episode. And we have what? Like 3 episodes left? Yeah, 3 episodes left. Damn, we're advancing. So yeah, I'm very excited to continue next time. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to the Vampire Diaries and all the other shows that I do. I've also left a link to my Twitch and Discord, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.